All right, so this is the Tuesday night rapid fire segment with special guest Mick Garris, who was on our podcast on Monday. And it's fantastic to have you. Thanks for playing with me here, Mick.
Happy to join you, Glenn.
Hope you're ready for some random questions. These are weird and not particularly pertaining to you. Some of them are, but let's just see how we go.
And I'm not prepared for it. So
I'm not prepared for it.
There we go.
All right, let's get started. So, noisy cinema patrons, do you shush them or do you ignore them?
I try shushing them. If they get irate, I move.
Good answer. Favorite?
Remember, I'm in Los Angeles, so you don't know who's packing heat.
That's true.
This is Trump world. I mean, California is blue, not a Trump state, but there are still enough of the lunatics here. We still have guns legal in this country. We are not the civilized people that you are.
Well, yeah, I didn't contemplate that as an actual thing when I put that question together. So that speaks volumes for the cultural difference right there.
Yeah, I just slowed down your rapid fire questions.
That's okay. The tangents are good too. Favorite childhood movie?
Yeah. Favorite childhood movie, Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein.
Ooh, excellent.
I've probably seen that more than any movie except for A Hard Day's Night.
Oh, how good's that?
Amazing.
Yes.
I watched it recently and it's still incredibly good.
And just comically sharp as well.
It's great. It is one of a kind. Nobody had ever made a movie like that before. And Richard Lester somehow got the personality of the Beatles and made it hilarious, fast moving, exciting. Every time a song comes on, it's thrilling. It's really a great experience.
Couldn't agree more. Pee Wee Herman or Ernest P. Worrell?
I was never an Ernest fan. And I think Pee Wee, pre-adult film theater arrest, was certainly an amazing, one-of-a-kind artist again. Yeah, he was hilarious. I actually helped produce something called the Cheese Ball Special that he was in. But I never got to meet the man.
Oh.
But Pee-wee's Playhouse was amazing, but Pee-wee's Big Adventure was just fantastic and original. And Tim Burton and Pee Wee Herman are a marriage made in heaven, especially if you add Danny Elfman to the mix.
Absolutely. So not really a fan of Ernest Scared Stupid?
I don't think I've seen more than one Ernest movie. Here in the States, particularly in LA, he did used car commercials before he did movies. And it was like, not for thank you very much.
Okay, if you could interview any horror icon from cinema's history, who would you have at the desk with you?
Boris Karloff.
Easy answer. And what about of the living? Are there any guests that you've been trying to chase but can't seem to land?
Well, there were people that we almost had, and including working on Masters of Horror. George Romero, we almost had do an episode of Masters. He ended up being a presenter of Heckle's Tale, one that I wrote thinking he might direct, and eventually he did not. And I really would love to talk to, I'd like to get Richard Donner again. I worked with him on Tales from the Crypt, and I shot the making of the Goonies, but I'd love to talk to him about The Omen. There are great people around, but I've been so fortunate to be able to talk to Tobe Hooper and Wes Craven and Carpenter and King and Barker and all these people. So even Steven Spielberg, working with him off and on for years. And so I give lie to the fact that you don't want to meet your heroes, because I've never been disappointed by one of my heroes.
That's amazing. Well, me talking to you is the closest I'll get to interviewing any of the living people that you just talked about. So I'm going to live vicariously through you.
That's sad. I'm so sorry for you, Glenn.
Oh, well, it is what it is. Well, I've interviewed a few people you have, so I'm fortunate enough. All right, next question. Sometimes They Come Back for More or Pet Sematary 2?
Boy, that's a tough one. I never saw Sometimes They Come Back for More, but I really like the first one. And Tommy McLaughlin is a great filmmaker, and we've been friends for almost 40 years now. So I'd have to go with Pet Sematary 2 on that.
Yeah, I just sort of thought I'd pluck out two sort of more of the maligned sequels or controversial ones, if I can put it that way.
Yeah, King sequels that weren't anything to do with King.
Yeah. Well, we won't talk about the third Sometimes They Come Back, which was absurd. Yeah. Favorite foreign country to film in?
Ooh. Well, the only foreign country to me that I filmed in, other than Canada, is Australia. And I had the best time making this pilot called Lost in Oz, that was a follow-up to The Wizard of Oz, set in current day with Melissa George. And I had the greatest time. So of the countries I've directed in that are not the US, that's Canada and Australia. I love them both, but I'd love to do more. What I would love, well, actually, no. As a producer, we worked in Japan twice on Masters of Horror, but I was not the director. I would love to work in the UK. I would love to shoot something in Asia. I would love to shoot in South Korea, a place I've visited a few times. And they make amazing movies, especially genre movies with tremendous polish and the like. So I would love to do that.
Excellent. First,
so multiple choice answers.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. It's all interesting to me. What's the first thing you plan to do when the pandemic is over?
Travel. You know, once it's safe, I really want to be back on the road. You know, I'm lucky enough to get invited to film festivals around the world and be able to go to Japan and South Korea and the UK and to Switzerland and to Copenhagen and Mexico and Brazil and Argentina, just in the last 2 or 3 years. And since February, I haven't left the country, and I haven't left Los Angeles. And it really, I've grown this wanderlust now that I've been granted the ability to do that, and to have it cut short. I want to travel, but even more than that, I want to shoot something. I haven't shot something since Nightmare Cinema, and I'm really chomping at the bit to get back to it.
I bet. All right, we're in the home stretch now. Have you read The Scarlet Gospels?
I have not.
It's a great book.
I'm sure.
Hopefully that's the one that Clive Barker is trying to wrangle the rights back for.
Well, I would love that. You know, I've read almost all of Clive's books, and we've worked together a lot, and I've known him forever, and I've written a couple of scripts based on his work that I was supposed to direct that never happened. And I just think he's one of the greats. And the films adapted from his work, other than a couple of them, have not lived up to what the source material is, and he deserves it.
I definitely agree with that. Have you had a chance to get your eyes on the new Seth MacFarlane Books of Blood series at all?
Not yet, no. I'm dying to see that.
Same here. What is
I managed to adapt a couple of his stories. I did one for Quicksilver Highway from the Books of Blood, The Body Politic. And I did a feature version, a script for Warner Brothers of In the Flesh that I was going to direct. And then I wrote a script for Clive to direct of The Mummy that was his story and my screenplay. And, you know, they all got shot down before they had their opportunity.
What a shame. Oh, devastating. What's the last book that you read?
I'm reading The Kill Off by the noir writer. I've even adapted one of his called.
That's all right. I'll put his name on the screen.
Okay. Yes. I'm just blanking on it right now. That's the beauty of live interviews.
That's right. Okay, a couple more. Tea or coffee?
Tea. I don't drink coffee at all.
Right.
And I'm drinking iced tea here right now.
Do you have Steven Spielberg's number in your phone?
His office number, yeah.
Okay, next question. Can I have it?
Nah, you can find the office number easily enough.
Awesome. And finally, what can fans look forward to from you? I kind of think you've answered that already.
Well, this year I've done a couple of things that I haven't really done before. Well, one I have. I've put out several books, but I've got a new book out that is available widely. All of my previous books have been from small press, and this one is available through Amazon called These Evil Things We Do, the Mick Garris Collection. I'm not nearly as well known for books as for the film and television work. And a band I was in starting in 1970 when I was a teenager. We were an original progressive rock band, did a lot of demo recording, never released any albums. We did a single that was a local release back then. But we took a bunch of our old songs and the recording quality and tweaked it and added some new vocals and instrumentation. And we now have our first album out on CD and on Spotify and all that. It's called Symphony for a Million Mice by Horsefeathers. And you can stream it anywhere. And you can get the special edition signed CD at horsefeathersmusic.com.
Oh,
but,
wow.
well, I don't know. But those are things just people don't know so much about. But we're working on a sequel to Nightmare Cinema. I'm just in the home stretch on writing a screenplay called Jimmy Miracle that's set in 1936 and is only slightly a genre film. And then I've, in the last few months, I've written a couple of pilots and series pitches that will be going out when things start to come together again. Wow. So mostly I've been in writing mode.
Keeping busy and prolific.
And doing the podcast as well. And I wish I could tell you who I'm bringing on, but you will not be disappointed.
Oh, that's exciting. We'll all have to wait and see. Well, Mick, thanks for playing rapid fire with me here. It's been heaps of fun.
Not so rapid.
No, well, it always goes that way. It's sort of, it's good to have those tangents. It's fun.
Great. Well, really good to see you, Glenn. Thank you.
You as well. See you later.
Take care. Stay safe.